Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Binding of Isaac Repentance, where today we are going to try to kill either Mother or Delirium as Lazarus. I definitely had a different idea in mind before I started pressing the recording button. But here we are. We're gonna do this because, quite frankly, I have not practiced this game very much, and I should probably try to do an easier thing first before I try to do a more difficult thing. And what else says easy other than trying to beat Mother or Delirium, of course. So there you go. We got Spider Butt, so we can do that a couple times. Apparently that gives you spiders now, so that's pretty good. That actually makes the item pretty reasonable, whereas previously it just did some damage and slowed enemies down. But now that actually might be pretty good, especially in like big rooms if you can kill a bunch of flies that way. There are those big rooms in the basement after all where there is just a whole bunch of flies that you have to attack. But for stuff like this as well, like suddenly I have a whole bunch of spiders for this boss fight, so that's obviously rather nice. I can go for devil deals, which is lovely, so I don't need to worry about that. Nice thing about doing devil deals with Lazarus, of course, is that I can just die and then also become stronger due to my whole being Lazarusness. I was hoping for bad gas. I'm not overly disappointed with how that went. I got Horfed actually a time where it actually kind of worked out. And plus now I know that it's in my pill pool. That was not exactly how I had that envisioned in my mind upon pressing the button. But fortunately it ended up working out. Like, look at that. That is wonderful. That room can be fairly tedious otherwise. I'm actually pretty happy that it worked out that way. I actually got a bomb. Did we clear this floor in 1 minute? Because I think that's the only time you get a bomb, right? Either way, that is quite nice, actually. I was kind of hoping for a soul heart, but that'll do, I suppose. I think the super secret room might be here, actually. That's alright. Okay. Let me have a think. Hierophant as well. Alright, we're gonna make some choices here, because that's too much health. Let's take that. We don't have a key. Let's see what this is. Health up. Oh my god, there's so much health here. Okay. We're gonna go sacrifice ourselves, because I think I'd rather just be strong boy from the get-go. If we can get that to happen. Which is obviously rather nice. The fact that there's a thing waiting for me is also rather nice. Bombs are key. That's actually not too terrible since my key count was 0, so that actually kind of works out. And I guess, you know what, I'm gonna I regret my choice, but fair enough. That will do. This is a start. I'll no longer have a key, so we're just gonna keep going down the basement. But still, yeah, that'll work. Now we're just Lazarus with significantly better stats and not actually without the loss of health upon doing so. Well, I'm gonna do this for a minute, but it is not the standard loss of health that is often implied with this character. So all in all, pretty nice. Bloop. The champion survived, but I have so many spiders, jeez. If you can get a 9-volt battery with this, it's actually like amazing because you end up with so many spiders that way. Obviously, it's going to be less effective against later enemies because the thing just doesn't deal that much damage, but still. That is pretty damn good. That's even more health. Lower speed? I don't immediately hate it. Just because we can go get a devil deal and then hopefully have things work out. Unfortunately, these enemies all survive the spider butt. They're not quite weak enough yet. I can see how this item definitely becomes weaker the further you are in the run, but at this point in the game, I do not hate it. That's an extra key. I guess I can check out the shop as well for a dream catcher. I mean, if we can afford it, I don't hate it. Only need 2 more coins. There is one right there, but we need a bomb or flight for it. Let's just kill these regularly. Well, I say regularly. I'm making it get real close with a champion that shoots tears at me, but still, it's working out. Spider butt active against enemies that all die. Wonderful. Maybe we can get 2 more coins from this, because I wouldn't mind just having Dreamcatcher. Just extra health. It's knowing what's in things. You don't need as many keys anymore, which is nice, but with 3 of those, it's gonna be a little tricky. Our damage is actually pretty okay. Like, obviously the mushroom helps a little bit, which is nice. Let's just make spiders out of this. Pills could be good, because a pill pool is pretty amazing. I don't care for that. I don't care for that much. Health up. Health up. Yeah, I probably should have taken it just so we have consistent devil deals. Also, we got a speed up there, so the speed down from the mushroom isn't even that bad anymore. Can we buy a bomb? No. I mean, I could check out the... I guess I could just get coins from the blood donation machine. I don't know why I didn't think of that immediately, but actually that's very much an option here. There we go. That's enough for the dream catcher. That's... I mean, yeah. I'll use that to get into the curse room, actually, because I don't want to lose my soul hearts, but I don't mind doing that. Ooh. That's very tempting with the amount of health that we have. We're definitely going to go for Delirium, because quite frankly, my health is disgusting. So we're just going to keep this. It's a shame about the spider butt, but it'll just have to do. Give me that. That is wonderful. This is a start. It's a surprisingly safe start. I could probably get a little bit more red health in me right now, but let's just move on. Just gonna go straight for Delirium here because, again, we have so much health. That is not terrible. I think that's extra defense effectively, and I don't immediately hate that. I cannot see my health, which concerns me a little. Only on this floor, obviously, due to the curse, but still. I'm a little tempted just to use Guppy's Paw once, just for the sake of safety. If I take, like, 2 hits of damage, I think I'll just do that at the end. Just to make life a little safer, but so far things are looking lovely. There we go. 2 keys. I would love another devil deal. Oh, that was quick. I didn't expect the floor to end so quickly, but we did find a nice little shortcut here. I don't know what I should do about the item room, because part of me kind of wants to skip it just for the sake of getting those planetariums, maybe. But simultaneously, I don't mind the extra defense. Let's just go fight the boss here. Gertie Jr. I couldn't really tell who that was. I'm gonna use this once. One little pop of the Guppy's Paw, just for the sake of safety there, because I'm not sure how much damage that dealt to me. Let's see if we can pick up a health. We can. So we did lose some health there, but that's fair enough. Health up is fine. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep going. Just gonna run for it. Let's just try to do this quickly. We're gonna get a planetarium, maybe. That's 2 items, which is surprising for the route that we're taking right now. 21% chance of a planetarium. We're just gonna probably keep it at that because it is what it is. Hopefully we can raise it a little bit with Magic 8-Ball or something like that. But with how quick we did that one floor, I think we can at least slow down in some of the more difficult floors as well. I'd like to find a little bit more damage, obviously, but we might be able to get something like that from Devil Deal or something like that, hopefully. There we go. Didn't really even end up losing that much by the door because of that red heart, and that is something we can still use. We have 6 keys, so I guess we might as well. That's potentially good if we can blow them up, because I wouldn't, again, mind the higher Devil Deal chances. If there's a bomb in here, no. Power Pill, I mean... It would have been good to have that Power Pill before we went into the curse room, I suppose. Get some friends, get some pins to kill the friends almost immediately, because that's how it usually goes with those friends. Bombs are... not immediately. I mean, it does solve the one problem that I have, but it does create another one immediately afterwards, which is an immediate lack of keys, which I would rather not be a problem that I would be in having. Yes. So, for now, let's just leave that alone. And I'm sure we can find a bomb somewhere. That would just be lovely. I hope I can take both of the item room items, but I have to assume the answer to that is no. Also, I'm not sure if those item room items are actually real, because it does have a tendency to mess up when there's 2 items in an item room, but I don't know. We'll see, I suppose. Right now we're just gonna keep running. Neither of these are full health. Oh my god. I mean, defensive-wise, we are good. If we can find another health pill, then I mean, we're not gonna die, even with a terrible build, pretty much. If we can just outlive the boss and greed. Not loving that, but fair enough. I'm just gonna use that right there, just to speed that up a little bit. Because my damage is not great. I will run all the way back there, I guess. Blow up the shopkeeper. He dropped 2 coins. I might go back for that. I mean, we can just fairly safely explore this entire floor, just because we don't need to be as quick as, for instance, boss rush, I suppose, so there is that to consider. But it would kind of be nice if we could steal from the boss rush at the end of the day as well. That's just a nice little soul heart. Don't really need bombs of key anymore, because we also got some bombs for that equation, so that's pretty lovely. There's the item room and the one room I didn't really want to deal with. I mean, there is still an argument that can be made about maybe I should have taken Spider Butt just because it would clear a lot of these rooms a lot quicker. Because I think Spider Butt might, well, it would at least damage all of these enemies, which is obviously rather nice, but the added safety from Guppy's Paw is incredible. Plus, if we find Diplopia or something like that, we can duplicate it, have 2 Guppy pieces already. A little Spewer, Bloody Lust. I can actually take both. Fair enough. Skip 1 item room, get 2 back in return in the next one. I can live with that. No, Spewer is not even that terrible either. It's a very decent one for sure. Might as well just give this one as much health as possible. Partially for the extra damage, partially just because I wouldn't mind like a Devil Deal item that's good. I could use this actually, because there is at least one more somewhere on this floor. There we go. Eventually that's good. Maybe. Oh jeez, are you a wizard? I mean, that's fine. Our damage is amazing. I don't really want that one. I'd like the one that shoots like the big damage preferably, but it's obviously not exactly something you can guarantee, but fair enough. I'm gonna use that. There we go, that's the one I wanted. Mostly just wanted to get my red health back, and the power pill is very capable of doing that. Do you hit these? Probably not, right? Yeah, you don't. I mean, Are You Wizard will run out any second now. There we go, that worked out wonderfully. I totally intended to shoot that right there as well. What a lovely day we're having. But yeah, I mean, at least now we can guarantee some damage, which I suppose is also kind of nice. Fistula is right there. Because with Bloody Lust, at least we got something going on. If we can get Rock Bottom, that would obviously be really nice, but not exactly something that you're actively going to try to go for every single run, I suppose, because it's a little unlikely. But obviously, it very rarely is a bad item to get. I mean, it's never really bad, I suppose. It's just that sometimes it's not useful. That's really the main thing. Really didn't get a Devil Deal or Angel Room from that with an almost, I think 95% chance or something like that. Like, it was good odds. Was that Cricket's head? I couldn't quite tell what head that was, but it looked like a head, and it looks like one that I would like to partake in terms of usage. This red blood is not doing a lot. I feel like it definitely should deal damage if you manage to hit them, and I'm just barely missing them every time. Well, it's green now, so no longer need to worry about the redness, I suppose. A little bit of damage to increase the damage we deal, of course, that's the main reason. Managed to actually get out of the curse room before we took a second hit of damage from the door, which I guess is kind of nice. Enemies like this is also just really lovely to have a little spewer, especially if you can get like a good attack in there, because you can hit all of them. Like, look at that. Wonderful. Unfortunately, against flying enemies, not as effective. Trapdoor is actually not too terrible, because we can just leave the boss rush immediately afterwards. I'm not sure what rune that is. It's another AWAS, alright. I guess we'll just use one of them in the hope that it was a trapdoor. It was not, well, it was arguably a trapdoor, but it was in the crawl spaces. The more specific description of what happened there, I suppose. Which is fair enough. These enemies are no problem either against Little Spewer, of course. Oh, it actually goes through skulls and stuff as well. That's lovely. Simplifies things a bit. I'm just going to make that my main damage dealing method. It is obviously working fairly well. I have become a little lackluster when it comes to not actually taking damage. But Hopefully that'll be fine. We do have a lot of health going for us, so it does become very easy to just run into things here and there. Get the Black Hearts to do all the work instead. Because they are very capable of destroying my enemies. Necropolis 113 minutes. I mean, it's fine, but it's not great. Because I want to kind of get that boss rush as well, just so we can steal an item from it. But we'll see if we can make that work. I might as well go into the Devil Deal immediately, I suppose. Or the boss room, rather. But then I realized that I think Cricket's head is waiting for me, and I really wouldn't mind that extra damage, because it's so much. It is so much damage that we will be getting for that if we do end up getting that. So I'm just gonna take the time required. If it wasn't for Dreamcatcher, I would have just run straight into the boss room there. And perhaps afterwards regretted it. Now I'm looking for an item room that may or may not exist, judging from the layout of this floor. We are gonna have to explore pretty much the whole thing, unfortunately, but we'll get it in the end. I haven't seen our shop yet either, so I'm guessing those are close to each other. I guess fighting the boss and then using that AWAS thing to leave wouldn't even have been a terrible idea at this point, but nah, fair enough. It's fine. There you go. And my damage is now 17. Very nice. And now it goes up by 2.25 every time I take damage. Which I suppose is also not a terrible thing to have to live with. Look at that. Let's get another greed in our shop. Oh my god. I said it as a joke. I didn't want it for real. I just want to buy a thing. I have 48 coins and I have well, 2 shops remaining if we're going to Hush, I suppose, but I'd really appreciate it if I could spend this money at least somewhere, because this is getting a little ridiculous. Fair enough, I suppose. Yeah, we really don't need to do anything else either except for Delirium, so do whatever we want. That's not too terrible of a boss to be dealing with. Especially this champion, I feel, is a little bit less overwhelming than the regular version, so I definitely don't mind that. Another Devil Deal. Another terrible Devil Deal. Well, it's some health, I guess, but I really wouldn't have minded an item somewhere during all of this. Fair enough, I suppose. That is rocket bombs, which is a great way to hurt yourself. I mean, I don't think I'm gonna take that, but still, it would be a good way to get 5 extra bombs, I suppose. It's really the best thing that can be said about it. That's a black rune, though, and that does make it a little bit more interesting again. Because you can just turn pedestal items into stats that way. Which is not too bad. Especially with items that I don't particularly want. Tempting to use that in the different place, I suppose, but that's fine. 4 to reroll everything. I mean, it's Curse the Blind, so I can't actually see what we'll be rerolling into, and I don't really want to risk that either. Item room's right here, so that's convenient. So we're just going to play the safe and boring way and just eat whatever's in this item room. And get a free key for our bomb-destroying efforts. Very nice. It is tier 8. Honestly, that's better than what it previously was, so I do not mind that. There is the shop as well. I will go back for that AWAS, but let me just do one attempt at shopping. Blind buy charged baby. That's actually no longer relevant. I was gonna say that's actually pretty good, but I don't have spider butt, which is the main reason why I obviously would like to have that. But yeah, fair enough. I might just bomb my way through, you know? I don't really have a reason to do this floor. I kind of just want to leave. I don't know if there's a planetarium and if that shows up using the Dreamcatcher either. But that is a very invisible enemy. That one just became actually invisible. Usually they're at least a little bit more visible. But yeah, if there is a planetarium and I'm going to miss it, then you know what? I've learned to accept that. I've learned to live with that choice in particular. Might actually go for the full card instead of AWAS, because then I can just put AWAS over here. I'm not sure what I want to do in terms of Polaroid or negative, but I think it's just going to be Polaroid since I can get to... I can get into a situation where I can just have full soul hearts, which is obviously not too bad. I have forgotten about my whole pill situation, but I guess we're slowing enemies down now with Little Spewer, which is fine. 17 minutes, not too terrible. I did just remember that if I use the Fool card that I will then have to go through that big room again that I bombed through previously, but that's, I suppose, not the end of the world. It's a mild nuisance, but that is all it is. There you go. Slow down the mom pieces that I don't think I'm even hitting with Little Spewer there, but still. I've made an attempt, and that has to count for something, hopefully. The sound effect of the foot dropping there felt a little bit later than I would have liked it. I don't know, maybe I just didn't pay full attention to it, but I was moving away from the shadow rather than the sound this time around. It was a good choice. Right, can't actually see the items. Alright, I have a new idea. Should have saved the Black Rune, I suppose, but then I wouldn't have been able to leave. That's a fun boss. That's an interesting icon. I don't think I've ever actually seen that one. What a great time to get Curse of the Blind, right? It sure was. But fair enough. It does mean that we can at least save ourselves a walk, which I suppose is kind of nice. Because now we can just continue on with the run regularly rather than trying to steal. We no longer have to have a dirty conscience about the choices that we perhaps would have made if we had stolen that item in a way that perhaps is difficult to justify against the 30 people that live in the boss rush room. But ultimately, I ran into a spike. Nothing matters anymore. Where do I have to go? This floor layout is not assisting me so far. Outside of course, being able to deal extra damage with my the blood rights, bloody. I need to remember the name of that item. There's so many items now that start with blood that I keep forgetting which one is which. Ultimately, fairly inconsequential if I don't remember it, of course, but still it would be nice if I could actually say the names of certain items without forgetting them consistently. I will actually use the Satanic Bible once, just so we can get one Devil Deal item at the end of this floor. It is going to cost health, but that's fine. I'd really just like some extra tear rate or something. That would be lovely. Really like Bloody Gust or whatever it's called. Whatever is the one where you take damage, you get extra tear rate for the remainder of that floor. That would be just a lovely thing to have. So if we could just get that somewhere. I really don't need anything else for this build, I feel, at this stage. Obviously more things would be nice, but other than that, this will work out just fine, I feel. Wait a little bit for all the spiky rocks to have gone. 19 minutes, womb 1 finish is not too bad. I mean, it's gonna be 20 by the time this boss is dead, I suppose. I'm guessing Spewer doesn't hit this boss, but it's always a little bit difficult to tell, I suppose. I tell myself. Not loving this slippery stuff on the floor here, but I mean, if the boss is just going to do that over and over, then I suppose that's fine. I'm surprised none of these attacks have hit me, because quite frankly, I feel like some of them should have. But it is, again, it is what it is. Angel Room. Sword. I mean, it's fun. It's a little swingy, but why not? Sure. Don't really want Demon Baby. I mean, with this amount of health, I feel I can just do whatever I want, really, is the main thing. Hoping that's true. This could be a pretty terrible idea, but I think this will work out mostly. It's going to be kind of annoying against particularly Delirium and Hush, and also, I guess, that one in the middle. Oh, that's silly. But we found our way through there, so it's fine. Very nice. Blow up everything. Use up all of our bombs. Sticky penny. It's not a penny. I'm gonna call it a penny for the remainder of my human existence, though, because I am unfamiliar with terminology regarding American currency, as it turns out, and that's just my life. Strength card, that's obviously not terrible either. Not sure if I want to use it during Delirium or Hush, but probably Delirium. So that's fine. Was certainly aware that was going to have that effect when I killed that enemy, so good strats once again. Arcade room is almost tempting. If it wasn't not so that's pretty good. I'm not sure what I should do about my health situation, because I kind of want to have half a red heart realistically, and I think if there is a blood donation machine, I might just get hit once. Yeah, there you go. And then blow up this one, I suppose, as well for the odds of good times. And then pick up that half a heart, because then at least I can get the Polaroid during the Hush fight, and then if I do get to Polaroid during the Hush fight, I can just use Guppy's Paw and make life a little safer again, so that works out. All in all, things are lovely. Sacrifice room, also a little tempting, but mostly just because I'm having too much fun, and that's usually when I make terrible decisions, so that's why the sacrifice room right now seems like a solid choice. It is not. It is not a great choice at all. It is a lot of health that I'd be losing just for the sake of maybe getting one Angel Room item. Which... Oh yeah, it wouldn't actually be a redemption either, because we didn't take a Devil Deal item this time. So, no need to worry about that. Oops, didn't mean to do a little poke there, but I did. We have managed to skip the eye spawning phase, so that's neat. Let's just swing around. We are dealing so much damage. I don't know what that does. I don't know if that does anything, really. I'm curious. No, not really. It's a lot of nothing. That's yeah, that was a good way to spend 2 red hearts, but yeah, what it is. I'm gonna... There's no half a red heart on this. Oh no, there is. I'm gonna get hit one more time. I was kind of hoping that if I charged the attack, at least it would do some kind of cool brimstone effect, but no. It is unfortunately nothing at all. Which, it is what it is, I suppose. It cannot be helped. We have 7 minutes to go back to the boss room, so I'm feeling fairly confident about that at least. And we're just gonna see if this works out. Like, I would have enjoyed brimstone more than the sword, I think, but that's mostly just because it's a very... nice and lazy way to just get through the run. It obviously is very good against both Delirium and Hush as well, just because of the range, but, you know, it is what it is. That's a kidney stone, which I'm not sure does anything with the sword, but we might learn today. I do not have a lot of keys. I didn't actually realize. That's not... yeah, there it is. You'll stop firing, release a burst of tears and a kidney stone. Like, we're just going to see if that works out. Because I'm guessing this is going to do nothing because I'm no longer shooting tears. But we're all going to learn together today. I guess I'll take that because that's fine. Get that. I could get some more keys, I guess. Why not? Could get King Baby. I've started to grow a little bit fonder of King Baby just now because I realized that if you have Lil Brim will just be shooting continuously at enemies with aimed shots, and that's just really nice. But with the babies I currently have, it's fairly irrelevant, I suppose. I'm just going to get it in case we get conjoined or something like that. That is a bunch of stuff that does nothing, but still, I suppose it's nice. I mean, a range up might do something, I guess. Wheel of Fortune... I picked up health somewhere, which I didn't intend to do, but fair enough, I guess we'll just have to be a little bit more careful. I'm going to use the Empress card immediately here, because I don't mind that. Ooh, my range is low, isn't it? Starting to realize that now as I'm swinging. As I'm swinging the sword, that my range is actually not that great. Somehow blocks some of those shots, not all of them, but still, the fact that I block some of them is comforting to know that I have that ability. I think I'm making some of those shots just go away as well. There's a golden battery there, which I don't think can hurt me if I cannot physically pick it up. Yeah, that's fine. I guess there are situations where having that in a room would just be really nice. Like if you were to, for instance, have... I don't know, like Satanic Bible and car battery, you just have infinite health, right? So that's obviously not too bad. I don't know how much damage you take upon picking up that battery. I don't know if it's 1 full heart or more than that. I should put the controller down. Someone mentioned that while mashing I should just put the controller down so I don't have to worry about stuff so much. And yeah, it's a fair point. But simultaneously I don't mind using my charge attack right now because it's a little fiddly with those flies around them. Also, I probably don't need to mash as quick as as possible, I suppose. Also, with this attack, this might not even be too bad. Okay, I'm not actually hitting these tiers too much, though. I was kind of hoping I could just hit these tiers as they were coming out of Hush, but instead it's only when they're doing the second loop around, which is not quite what I'm looking for. Simultaneously with these, if I could just knock those away, that would actually solve a lot of my problems that are range related. This is a little concerning. It's a little safe, but not like a lot. I'm not loving this situation. This attack. But it's fine. It's ultimately not the worst. Yeah, like King Baby's making like the little spewer just shoot continuously as well, which I think is how the baby phase of this boss just died really quickly earlier on. Like I think it was just little spewer attacking continuously, which is really nice. There we go. Very good. Alright, very nice. On we go. Let's just quickly check out the shop one more time. I mean, we might as well get these things and then just leave. Wheel of Fortune is a little tempting just because I have a lot of money, but it's fine. Let's just hope we don't die against Delirium, but I feel like with the amount of health that we have, we're fine, especially with Polaroid. Just checking out which bosses there are. I've never actually seen this thing go on for this long because I don't think I've ever had Dreamcatcher on this floor, but kind of interesting to see what is available on the floor, I suppose. I will just go into every boss room that I find, I think, unless I get into like a really bad health situation. Just because I want to just use as much health as possible against Delirium. And right now, that is my situation. I have as much health as possible. I have like half a soul heart because of the Dreamcatcher as well. Get that half a soul heart every time we start a new floor, so that's obviously still rather nice. It's gone now, but you know, it was nice it was there. Little tempted by the Rotten Heart because I think that can get me to half a heart situation if I take damage. I want to say that's true. I'm not saying that with a lot of certainty. Also, I guess I'm just gonna put money inside coin beggars if we find them. Because that is effectively a heal sometimes as well. They can drop healing items. They could drop a compass, which will actually be really nice. Mapping probably as well. Yeah, there you go. Like, that's just really nice to have. That's a devil card. I saw it briefly. Otherwise, could have just used my sword, because I think I can just do this. Yeah. It's real big range, and I'm pretty sure that works through rocks and things, yeah. Definitely had some options available there, so no worries. Being able to shoot over rocks is just so nice. Also, the Kidney Stone is definitely doing nothing at all. Since it would have definitely activated at this point, and it has not. So, yeah, fair enough. It lives. Not for much longer, though. That's not particularly great. I mean, it can have its uses. What is her? Oh, right, pin. We are now at half a heart, so that's wonderful. Now I can grab this. I don't... Oh, there is a full red heart right there, so... With that amount of health, we can enter this boss room and hope it's Delirium. Skull-X, that's fine. The friends that he's made along the way are a little bit more annoying, but... Fine. Part of conjoined. One part remains, I think. If it is actually part of conjoined, I always forget if this one was the one that was labeled incorrectly for a little bit. Monster 2. Again, that's fine because our damage is getting to kind of ludicrous amounts with the amount of damage we've taken on this floor now, so realistically anything we fight that isn't Delirium is just gonna die. Slowdown effects obviously don't hurt either. And boop. Ooh, Charged Baby. Doing some work as well. That is much appreciated. This cannot even be Delirium, I'm fairly sure. Instant death. Sad bombs. That's not terrible. Because I think that is Brimstone, right? If I were to throw a bomb down on this next room, maybe a room with an enemy inside it. Yeah, Like that would have been the brimstone we would have had. Had we had a brimstone. But unfortunately it is not the case. I'm a little tempted by the Eternal Heart, but I think it's just going to confuse me, so I'm just leaving it. Should probably pick up a heart somewhere. It really doesn't matter at this point, does it? I don't think we really realistically have any more problems anymore. I'm not sure what this is going to do. Nothing. It does look cool. It's not always as usable as I would like it, but it does look very impressive. If we had Tammy's head, that'd be a really cool item to have right now as well. I think we can blow this up from here. Could have used a troll bomb instead, but I realized it a little bit too late, unfortunately. We're almost done with Lazarus after this as well, which is really nice. Assuming I win, of course. There is technically still the potential of death anywhere in this game at the end of the day until we have won. I could just very easily forget to use the paw in time if we somehow manage to get into a not quite half a heart situation. I could accidentally pick up half a heart during the fight with Delirium, depend on Polaroid, not get it and die. Like something like that could still happen very easily. We could get a room like this where we can't quite hit any of the enemies. Or just run into a ghost. Like there's so many ways that we can still mess this up, but I'm feeling carefully confident that we're probably going to be okay. Though I might pick up some red hearts before we go into the next boss room, because it is getting a little messy right here. Somewhat tempted by the Demon Beggar as well, but I'm not sure if I should bother. There is still the lunch that I haven't picked up yet as well, which will heal me up a little bit, give me an extra heart container, all that good stuff. I'm taking a lot of damage though. This is a weird big room. I don't think I've ever seen that one before. But that's fine. We are just swinging through. I mean, our sword deals 20 damage per hit, and we're swinging as fast as I can press the button, really. So, I mean, it's a lot of damage that we're dealing right now. But it is still kind of fun to see how they just explode. I'm gonna go grab lunch right now. It's a little ways away, but that's fine. Might as well enjoy our walk. And also the King Baby followers that just hang out with the king as long as I'm holding the attack button. They only attack when there's actually enemies nearby as well. So there is yeah, there's some niceties to that. Not a constant noise as long as I'm holding the button, which I can appreciate. Let's just go up here as well for good measure. I need to be more careful with the bomb enemies, I think, as well, because I have just been swinging wildly. This might be a little annoying. I think my my charge attack was hitting them, but it was a little worrying at first. Ooh, charge baby once again, just being wonderful. I can appreciate those moments. That is a lot of things. 2 of hearts. Little confusing to use with half a heart dependencies. So I'm just gonna leave that for now. Because if I have half a heart, then obviously it is gonna just, when it's twice as much than half, you're gonna have a full heart, and as such the Polaroid would no longer activate, and that's not great. So we're just gonna leave that alone. But it is a shame. It would, in many situations, be a pretty good thing to have with a health situation like this. It's just that I'm in a very specific situation right now. Star Bethlehem is just gonna guide me in the right direction, at least. Plus 13 damage. Again, rock bottom would have been really nice. The charge is just so quick right now as well. As long as I'm in there. But I have a hunch that I know where the boss is going to be right now. So let us... yeah, I'm just gonna go. I'm not gonna wait for that strength card from the get-go. Just gonna attack this particular Delirium that sat in the corner and then died immediately. Very nice, very good. Makes sense. Means there's gonna be a lot of hearts that I have to look out for, unfortunately, but fair enough. And the Star of Bethlehem is being wonderful. For some reason, many of these tiers weren't hitting me. I don't know why. It's all what it is. I don't know why I'm taking so little damage. I'm pretty huge. And it's like there's a shield around me on like a lot of the time for some reason. I just want to get hit one more time. I'm just gonna... Oh, I got scared. I'm just gonna do this. I really shouldn't make it that close. There is no reason to do that. And I just picked up half a heart by swinging wildly, which makes sense. But yeah, I'm not sure. Like, something is avoiding a lot of damage. And it might just be that singular meat cube, I suppose. But that's really the only thing that I can think of that would stop the damage at all. And I was not getting hit a lot. Like, it was a lot of not getting hit right there. Which surprises me. Fair enough. It was a run. We have destroyed Delirium as Lazarus. And had just a lot of fun with his sword, just swinging wildly. And 40 minutes for Delirium, and honestly, that's pretty quick. Compound Fracture has appeared in the basement, which is not a bad item. And that leaves just Mother left on Lazarus. So what we still have left to do is Delirium with these two, unfortunately. Mother, and then the Beast with the Keeper, and then the Lost some stuff. There's still like a couple things remaining for sure, but it's becoming manageable to the point that we are just nearly completed with the non-tainted characters, so that's pretty fun. The secret count is currently at an amount 513, 24 deaths, not too terrible. It has been raising a lot more as we're getting to those more difficult characters, but that's fine. I think deaths during challenges don't count, but slowly but surely progressing to those 100 deaths required to unlock Scissors, so all in all, just real good times all around. Either way, hope y'all enjoyed it, and next time we play, we'll do a different run with probably a different character, and I hope to see y'all there. Bye-bye.